Hey, it's Shalom Klein. You're tuned into the Get Down to Business segment. We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. So as our listeners know, we love to profile interesting people, interesting entrepreneurs, people that have fascinating stories. And my next guest certainly qualifies. Jennifer Adams has a remarkable story. Jennifer Adams rose from a cleaning woman to a multi-million-dollar lifestyle brand CEO. You may know of her affordable luxury bedding company, Home by Jennifer Adams, and it's in Costco and many other places. And I'm just thrilled to have Jennifer on the program. Welcome to Get Down to Business.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Jennifer, you have quite the remarkable backstory, and I'd like to start with that, and of course, make sure that we talk a little bit about your brand new book, "Love Coming Home: Transforming Your Environment, Transform Your Life." So, Jennifer, you, as we said, started as a cleaning woman. Tell us what happened from that point to who you are today.
Well, I grew up way in the country in a teeny town outside of Portland, Oregon, in very humble beginnings, like many of you, I'm sure. And from the moment I was old enough to work, the thing you could do was pick berries out in the area where I lived, and the age requirement was 12 back then. And that didn't last very long because I had to go with my sister, and she hated it. So we realized we could also clean houses without an age requirement, and we got hired to do that. And that job sustained me all through high school, along with some other small jobs that we had as well. And it was the first step in my entrepreneurship, come to find out about it. And I was making beds and cleaning toilets long before I started my interior design business, which then I was able to evolve into a product development company and have brought bedding out into the market. So now I can help people sleep well without actually having to physically make the bed for them.
Well, Jennifer, you have a remarkable story, and clearly you have a very strong work ethic, and that's something that I certainly have picked up from what I've read about you for a long time now. And so I'd like to start there. I know part of the message of your brand new book, again, called Love Coming Home, is that you can achieve your dreams right now. And that is the emphasis on right now. So what was it in you and your sister that as a young child, you felt that you were able to just pick up and sort of achieve your destiny right then and there, as opposed to relying on somebody else or some time else?
I will say back then, it was literally out of a desire for freedom and choices, and money and working represented that to me. My parents taught us to be extremely resourceful because they didn't have anything. And so everything that was brought into our home was either made by my parents, to include our sofa, or a hand-me-down from my church. So back then, it was more out of survival and choices. And as I entered into my adult life, it took breaking that cycle of working out of fear of not having enough to really achieve my dreams. And I have my book, Love Coming Home, talks about setting up the foundation for your dream life in your home where you are now, whether you're in a shared space, rented, or owned. I have another book coming out that I'm actually in the final editing round of, and it really goes more into my story deeply on breaking down those limiting beliefs and realizing that I could accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. But the very first step was getting clear on what I wanted in the first place and dreaming as if all I had was pure potential, as opposed to what I had done in my past with just thinking, okay, this is all that I can do because I'm not as deserving as all the other people that I see out there achieving dreams and things. That's not really me. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough money. I don't live where I think I should live. And all of that changed once I stopped that limiting belief and really got clear on what it was I wanted to do.
So we're chatting with Jennifer Adams. You may know her name. She's the CEO of the lifestyle company Home by Jennifer Adams. A fascinating story. And Jennifer, I mean, I could tell from your work ethic, it hasn't changed at all. Even as you've achieved success, you continue to work hard onto your next book, even as this one is just in the releasing stage, which is fantastic. So Jennifer, many of our listeners are entrepreneurs, much like you are, and are developing their ideas. Some may be younger, some may be onto their third or their fourth career. What advice do you have for our listeners that have an idea but don't quite know how to turn it into a reality?
I would say first and foremost, put your idea out on paper. It's really important to get your big dreams and your goals out of your head because they can just become big, garbled messes that we can't really make sense of. So first and foremost, write down, if you knew you couldn't fail in every aspect of your life, to include your business and your entrepreneurial goals, what do you want? And then take that goal, now hopefully it's a dream that's so big it actually scares you, and then break it down into stepping stones, which stepping stones are like manageable, bite-sized pieces that allow you to try your goal on for size. So, for example, let's say it's something like wanting to lose weight. So let's say you want to lose 30 pounds. That seems unsurmountable. But when you break it down to 1 pound and then give yourself a deadline for that 1 pound, so let's say 1 pound a week, and then you break that down into stepping stones. So, for example, all the different things that you need to do to get that 1 pound goal to happen, it happens so much more quickly. And the same thing is true with your business goals. So I'll have, for me, mine are evolving continually, and I'm continually looking at them thinking, is this someone else's dream? Is this something that I feel like I should do, or is it something that someone's telling me this is all I can do? And once I'm clear that, okay, this is really what I want, then I'll break it down. Even if it's something like, for example, writing my book, that was a 12-year goal in the making. And at times I would spend 5 minutes a day on it, which seems ridiculously small, but it's all that I could afford from a time standpoint. And then I was ready when I met my publisher and the opportunity came to actually bring the book to life. And I'll do the same for, let's say I want to get my product into another retailer. If I have it in my head and I'm just even talking to my employees saying, I want to do this, let's try to do this. It's so much more impactful when we write it down and actually put it down as a true goal. And then I also do visualization techniques with my goals. And do you want me to go into that now?
Well, you know what? I'd love to have you back on another time. I understand that your offices are in San Diego and in Scottsdale, and slowly but surely you will be doing a book tour all over the country. Do you have any details that you can share with our listeners now so they can hopefully meet you and perhaps purchase a copy of the book, called Love Coming Home?
I appreciate that. I have been in almost, not every city, but a lot of cities the past 2 weeks, and I have got a lot coming up. I'll be on KTLA in Los Angeles on Thursday and then New York. Right after that, I was in New York this last week. And to buy the book, Amazon.com is an easy one. They sold out on the very first day we went out.
Amazing.
But
Congratulations.
Thank you. They're taking orders, but it's also in a lot of local bookstores across the country. Barnes & Noble, many locations have them. But and also my publisher, Beyond Words Publishing, their website also sells the books as well.
Well, it's fantastic. Jennifer, do you mind sharing your website so people can learn a little bit more about you?
Gladly. It's jenniferadams.com, and then our Instagram is Jennifer Adams Home, and Twitter is Jennifer Adams.
Well, Jennifer, I can't wait to meet you sometime real soon. Congratulations on all of your success, and check out my website, shalomklein.com, for more tips, advice, and information. Once again, that website is shalomklein.com.